Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Alice in Borderland Season 2, Episode 2. Yes, we are on the same day then when I watched the Episode 1. If you want to see my reaction video about it, I'm gonna put the link into the eye. But it's not the same hair, you know, because I was getting tired of mine. Yeah. Tomorrow I'm gonna watch normally the rest of the season, so I'm gonna wash my hair, you're gonna have me, you know. I was gonna say perfectly, no, I'm not perfect, but with good hair. Do you really care? I'm not sure. I was saying, I just watched the episode 1 of this season 2 and that was so great. You know, when I finished to film, I thought about it even more. You know, during the review of the last episode, I discussed a lot about my theories, about all of what is happening, about the game, about who I'm suspecting to not be who he's supposed to be, and also all of that organization, who maybe is not dead, and stuff like that. But I didn't talk enough, I think, during the review of the last episode about the fact that that first episode was really great, even if I had some issues with the sound, you know, like I had really to play with the sound during the entire episode. I don't know if it's the version that I have of the episode or not, which is not great. I don't know. I mean, you know, to go with my television and all, I really don't know. But except for that little thing, that little detail, everything was great and I appreciated, you know, how it was built, because for that I said it, you know, the fact that I appreciated to have memories about Usagi and Arisu's past. It's really the good way for the writers to say, okay, the game is important, okay, the game is a big deal, but the characters are also really important, their stories, and because of that, the reasons why they are right there, and because of that, how they're gonna evolve during the game, during this season, how the game is transforming them and all. So that was a good way to do it, to begin the episode with that memory, I mean, with that first scene of the first season, which is a memory now, and same, you know, for Usagi a little later. That was great. I appreciated also, for sure, the parallel with the game that he was playing, but I appreciated also the fact that we are beginning already with a game with the King of Spades, and we understand little by little that it's gonna be a game that we're gonna play all along the season. Like, I don't think that we're gonna resolve that situation with the King of Spades until the end of the season. Truly, I think that it's gonna be really the main narrative arc, or more, you know, the main game, the main mission, the thing that, you know, they're gonna have to keep in mind, which is gonna stress them all along this season. Like, each time that they're gonna win another game, they're gonna be like, oh fuck, he's still there, he's still searching for us, he's still trying to kill us, and stuff like that. So that also, I think that it's a good way to build a first episode, you know, to introduce already that thing which is gonna last for the entire season. The fact that we had that moment between Usagi and Arisu to introduce the fact that she wants not to stay right there, but to not come back to the real world, that it's gonna be a main issue for the season to resolve. For Arisu, we know that he's really focused on understanding what is happening right there. That's okay. We don't have a lot for now for the secondary characters, but it's gonna come. You know what I think, and I talked about it during the review of the last episode, the fact that I'm suspecting two people right now to not be who they seem to be. I'm suspicious about Ata or Tata, I'm sorry, I can't remember his name. The sweet boy. The sweet boy is too sweet. Okay, he's too sweet, he's too nice, and I said that since the beginning. I mean, since we saw him for the first time, I think that it was the water game, you know, when we saw him for the first time, and since then I said there is something wrong with that guy, he's too sweet, like, it's almost too much, you know, it's almost like, like, no, too much, no, something is wrong, something sounds fake, you know, with how he's acting. And also Shishia, who is always, you know, so lazy, I mean, not lazy, but who is always acting like he doesn't care about stuff, who is not involving himself with people, but also with the games, who is not really there, who is always watching stuff, like, is making me think about, you know, the headmaster of all of that. He would want to be a part of that game, to see what is happening, to see the characters changing and all. So he would want to be a part of it, and he's acting like that, a little Shishia. At some point during the first season, I erased that possibility because he was still playing a little the game, and you know, his relationship with Quina was interesting, and also the fact that he said at some point, we need to have all of the cards, like, he agreed with the theory about the cards and all, like, he truly believed into it now. So I was like, okay, so if you truly believe into it, it means that you're not the headmaster, you know, something like that. So I'm still not okay with this character. The fact that right there it disappeared again, like, for me it's a really good time also for the headmaster to disappear, you know, because that's gonna be the big games with the faces, and maybe you want to help your generals, you know, who are making these games. Maybe you want to know what is happening for everyone. Like, that was a perfect timing for someone like I'm thinking that is to disappear. And also the fact that just before disappearing he gave that bomb to his girl, like, again, how did you make it? How do you know how to make it? Why giving it to her right there, right now, when it's suddenly so useful? Like, I know, maybe I'm too suspicious, but this show is making me like that, this story is making me like that, and again, I think that it's on purpose. I think that this show is made for that. Okay, we have a lot about the characters, and that's great. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of the characters, even the villain ones. They are so great, and really, I love some of them. I mean, I love their evolutions, and I already cried for this show, so I love these characters, but I love even more the game and trying to understand what is happening. It's like that. It's just like that, guys. Get used to it. During the episode, yes, I'm talking because I'm trying to pick up clues, I'm trying to understand things and all. That's the game that I want to play with their games. So right now we're gonna fight the King of Clubs. You know what I think about this? Like, you're citizens of this country, I don't buy it. I don't buy it, not at all. Like, citizens of what? This is not a country, and it sounds weird, and how you presented yourself, are you know how they were acting and all. For me, they are players, maybe they are there since a long time, they are former players, they are from another generation of players, and because they succeeded, now they are considered as citizens of this country. Or maybe they are, you know, generals, because you know what I think about that? The fact that you have players, you have the management team, and maybe sometimes they are picking some people from these two groups to make them generals, to give them more responsibilities, like to be the king of spades, the king of clubs, something like that, like to tell them you have better chance, you know, to win, to survive with these responsibilities, you are on the next step, the next stage, you know, stuff like that. Maybe at some point it's gonna happen to our guys. Maybe at some point one of them is gonna be chosen to be that, or when they're gonna win, they're gonna be that, or something like that. Like Mira, for example, the girl, you know, at the end of season 1 who told them, that's it, let's begin the new games. I really think that she was forced to be there, you know, she was shaking, and it was how she was saying stuff, it was not really natural. So I think that she was forced to say that, to do that, maybe because of the headmaster, maybe because she's one of these generals. That's how I name them. I don't think that I'm gonna have the answer about all of that during this episode, but maybe some with this king. At least that's what Arisu he wants. So we'll see. We're gonna see that right now. Let's go for this episode. Before that, remember that you have my Patreon on which you can have this episode earlier. I think that on Patreon they have 2 or 3 episodes of advance with an extended or 4 action part. For the first episode, for now, I'm gonna put the extended action part. For this one, I can't know. You know, each time I can't know in advance. It's really when I'm reacting a lot that I'm putting the 4 action part when it's big episodes. I know that I put some, 4 action part for the first season, so maybe it's gonna be the case for this season too, but I can't promise you that in advance. I can tell you that maybe you can subscribe only for 1 month, to my Patreon if you are interested, because right there I'm gonna post the reaction videos, like that. So normally, yes, one month it's gonna be enough, or 2 months, and after that you can unsubscribe because you don't want to follow me for more than Alice in Borderland. That's okay also. It's really, if you want to support me, if you can also. And if you want these advantages, to have episodes of advance, to have extended or 4 action parts, advantages like that. Oh, and drawings also. I made some drawings about some of our guys. Okay, let's go for this episode. That girl. Oh, but you also? All of you, okay. So you were not citizens of this country, you became citizens of this country. For me, they are former players.
今日は何点でしたか？500点。500？高いね。マキ3点。誰が運転するか、せーので言ってみる。指さして。指さす。いいよ。せーの。俺はこのメンバーのリーダー。ゲームは俺たちが作った。ちなみに発案者は彼。下だ。俺たちもまだプレイしたことはない。
You created the game?
あなたたち国民とゲームツートリ
That's right, it's to work together to be really in osmosis.
制限時間は2時間。お互いに点数を取り合って最終的に点数の多いチームがゲームクリアだ。
Oh, like you had with your team,
最小点数は100点。じゃあ点数の取り方ね。バトル、アイテム、陣地。
You created that game? Who told you to create that game?
バトルの方法は対戦相手の体に触れるだけ。点数の多い方が勝ち。勝者には敗者の持ち点から500点が入る。バトルするまで相手の点数はわからないってことか。そう。つまりこのバトルは点数が見えない中で行われる。そこの2人、ちょっと手つないでみて。おやおやおや。もしかして照れてる。
So?
お似合いだね、お二人。味方同士が接触している場合、その合計点でバトルができる。一人じゃ勝てない相手にも勝つことができる。勝てばそれぞれに500点が分配される。
If you touch it.
相手チームの陣地に触れることができれば1万点の話だ。プレイヤーが自分の陣地に触れている間、そいつの点数は無限になるんだ。
無限。点数が0点を下回ったらどうなる？
死ね。
自分は死に、相手チームにプラス1万点加算される。
リスクがでかすぎる。でも成功したら一発。
That's the best way to win, but that's also the best way to be killed. To win as a team, but to lose at yourself.
ものすごい電流が腕輪から流れるんだ。
Okay.
自分の陣地に触れると無効状態が解除される。
Okay.
全てのゲームをクリアしたなら元の世界に戻れるのか。
I'm not sure he knows.
君が戻りたいという元の世界、そこがまるで真実の世界かのように君は思ってないか。
Like you're into the matrix, like...
一体どれだけの人間と本心で語り合い真実に触れ合えたというのか。虚栄、欺瞞、ここじゃそんなメッキをすぐに剥がれる。分かった。
All of his explanation, really I don't care. It was empty. Like, yes, into this game you discover who you truly are. Yes, these games are helping you to evolve, to change and all. Come on. But you are players also. And you were blocked right there also.
キューマが言ってたように策でもあんのか。
Maybe. That's a great arena.
最小の点数を振り分ける。そして点数を多く持ったやつと点数の低いやつがペアを組んで行動する。
あんたなんでウサギとミラにペアにしたの？
作戦だよ。
あんたらなんかあった？
Hmm?
ないよ別に。
Come on, she has good eyes.
チームプレーに支障が出るような答えとしたら話すべきちゃうか？
そんなんじゃねえ。ちゃんと考えてる。
あれか。
Cool.
2000点リード。
But I'm afraid, you know, if they win that game,
幸先いいじゃん。
I'm afraid of them being forced to be the king team after that. Team,
君はとても強い目をしてる。
you want to manipulate
視
him?
線を乗り越えた強い覚悟を持った目だ。俺たちはもともと同じバンドでね。たまには喧嘩しぶつかり合い、それでもなんとか俺についてきてくれた。ただ闇雲に相手を引っ張っていけばいいってわけじゃない。相手の思いを受け止め、待ってあげることも必要だよ。そうすればいつか理解し合える日がきっと来る。
I wouldn't think like that. I don't want people to be dependent of me, and the contrary, I don't want to be dependent of someone.
俺も俺の仲間ももちろん君たちも愛する。
You're a good-looking guy, but you're talking really like someone who loves to talk and to hear the sound of his voice.
アリス、
俺はまずあんたのことをもっと知りたい。だから俺とバトルしてくれ。喜んで。
He manipulated you!
じゃあ泣けたか。1万点を5等分しただけなの。そうだよ。1人2000点。命がけのゲームじゃねえのか。対等な仲間なんだよ。俺のこと少しは知ることができたかい。
Well, his arrogance is beginning to get on my nerves. We win too much. It's bad. Really? Oh, you're not feeling great, okay. We just have to see your face to know it.
5000点リードされちまったか。
最低な状況だね。
どうすんだよリーダー。おめえが何の策もなしにきれいに後藤君しちまったもんだからよ。そいつはなしでしょ。
You didn't think about that twice, like it was not part of a plan?
一つあるぞ。いい案が。俺もパッとなんでよけりゃある。やろう。 もちろん勝ちに来た。誰が死ぬかは君が決めなよ。
What?
意味わかんねえよ。来るな。
You're going for it knowing that one of you can die? Okay, 3 of you.
4000点リード。
逆転された。
Oh no, it's the creator of the game! Oh, I wanted him to survive! Who told you to create that game?
お前ら絶対勝てよな。年を無駄にしたらあの世で絶対不殴る。
その参加者がゲームオーバー。
For the player, he didn't say
したら
a member of the King of Clubs team, you know?
じゃあな。
お留守番一つもろくにできねえとはな。呆れるぜ。何やらせてもカスはカスだな。向こうが陣地守ってる限り無理だろ。宮城の言う通り無茶だ。
さあどないすんねん。
みんなで手分けしてバトルは避けて。
Yes, I was gonna say it. Focus on the items, at least for now.